Hi, I'm Jen, and I'm here at BASI Pilates Academy, El Dorado Hills, and I have Lauren with me here today. She is a fellow instructor, and today I'm going to bring you guys through a intermediate advanced mat class that's designed to slow it down and really give you a chance to feel the work as deeply as possible. All you need is a mat today, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start facing me, feet in parallel, sits bone width apart, pulling up nice and tall. We're going to take a nice big inhale and exhale, bring the crown of the head forward and just relax and let the head draw you forward into your roll down, softening those knees as you bring your fingertips to the floor. Good, inhale. And exhale, draw the belly button in, stack the spine one vertebra at a time. Very good, nice big inhale. And exhale, roll down. Slowly letting the upper back and the mid back and the low back come forward. Inhale at the bottom and using the abdominals and the hamstrings to wheel that pelvis back to neutral and stack the spine. Let's do one more. Inhale and exhale, roll down. Lauren's doing a great job of keeping those shoulders out of a shrugged position. Inhale at the bottom and exhale, roll it up. Nice and slow. Well done. Let's go ahead and lay down on the table, laying on your mats. And we're going to start with our feet flat, knees bent, arms down by your sides. And take a moment here to take a couple breaths. Just inhale and exhale. Melt the shoulder blades into the mat. See if you can feel if you're tight in the shoulders. Inhale. And another exhale, letting the pelvis get nice and heavy into the mat. And on our third exhale, we're going to start to imprint. Exhale, draw the belly button down and flatten the back into the mat. And let's rock back to neutral from here, just relaxing the abdominals. And exhale, using just the abdominals to tuck that pelvis, and then relaxing the abdominals. And on the third one, we're going to continue belly button down, and we're going to use the hamstrings to draw the hips up into our first pelvic curl, one vertebra at a time. Inhale at the top, and exhale, bringing the chest bone down, and the ribs, and the belly button, the low back, and the pelvis. And you do want to take your time here, nice big exhale, just the abdominals. And as you lift, really using those hamstrings, trying not to push back onto your neck. You want those knees drawn forward slightly over those toes. And exhale, roll down, nice and slow. Good, and I think we might be a little bit tucked here. Let's bring your feet slightly forward. Inhale. And exhale, imprinting the spine, keeping those ribs nice and flat as you lift the pelvis. Good, staying weighted down in those heels. Inhale, and exhale, roll down, just the chest, and the ribs, and the belly button. And rocking back to neutral, let's do two more. Inhale, exhale, imprinting the spine. Thinking of the pelvis coming forward and up towards those knees. Good. Shoulder blades back, nice and active in those arms. Inhale. And exhale, articulating down, one vertebra at a time. Very good. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, flatten the back. And send the pelvis up. Trying to get a nice straight line from the shoulder to the hip to the knees without letting those ribs flare. Nice big inhale. And exhale, slowly rolling down, bringing the upper back down, and the mid back, and the low back. And rock back to neutral pelvis. Good. Let's open our arms out either to a T position. If you're on a mat or if you're on a raised table, we can hold the side of the table, elbows bent, whichever is most comfortable for you. We're going to lift one leg at a time up to our tabletop, making sure that those knees are right over the hips. The feet are directly across from the knees, drawing those ribs down into the mat. We're going to inhale into a spine twist to your right. And exhale, draw it back in to center, and inhale up and over to the left. And exhale back to center. And as you do your spine twists, you want to keep not just your arm and your shoulder blade down, but pressing the ribs towards the floor as well. Really resisting your spine twist like you're wringing out a towel. That hip goes up and over, keeping those knees together. Don't forget about your inner thighs. Squeezing together, really active here. Inhale. And exhale, drawing that belly button to your spine. Let's do 2 more to each side. And exhale, taking your time, up and over. And expect this to be pretty small for most people. Not too big. Up and over. Good. And exhale back to center. Let's do once more to your left. And exhale back to center. Good. We're going to set one foot down and the other foot down. Interlace those fingers behind the head, webbing to webbing so the hands are nice and tight. And we're going to go hands behind the head. Nice big inhale. Exhale, chest lift. Draw those ribs towards your hip bones. Pause here for a moment. Make sure that pelvis is in neutral. The tailbone is heavy. We're going to reach behind the thighs. And we're going to use those biceps to pull in a little deeper. See if we can get a little more chest lift. Hold that. Hands up behind the head. And then exhale to lower back down. Good. Inhale, prepare. Keeping your shoulders nice and relaxed as you lift. Good. And inhale. Pulling yourself in a little deeper. And reach those arms up. Try not to change that chest lift angle. And lower down. Good. We'll do one more like that. Exhale, chest lift. Really bringing your chest to your thighs. Trying to get that lift. And lowering back down. And now from here, just the regular chest lift without the assist. Coming up as high as you can. Inhale, hold. And exhale, lowering down. Exhale, lift, keeping the legs and the pelvis nice and anchored down. Good. Inhale, exhale. Check in with your head and neck again. Make sure you're resting some of your head weight into your hands. And back down. One more here. Exhale, lift the head and chest. Inhale, stay, and we're going to go into rotation to your right, looking past your legs, and then at the thighs. And exhale, past the left side, and back to center. Trying to keep that chest lift. The height is more important than how far you go side to side. Good. Anchoring that pelvis, staying in neutral. Inhale, looking through the legs. And then on the outside of the legs. Good. Exhale, watching that pelvis. And exhale, left. Good. Let's do about 2 to 4 more. Good. Exhale, right. And inhale, center. Exhale, left. Let's do once more each side. Exhale to the right, stabilizing that pelvis. And to the left. And center. And go ahead and lower the head and chest. Back down. Well done. Very nice. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and bring those arms down to your sides. We're going to bring your right leg up to tabletop, and for this exercise, we're going to go into leg changes. So you can bring the knee just slightly past that 90-degree angle. Take an inhale, point that bottom foot, and exhale, switch, and switch, and exhale. Good. You want to keep the pelvis, again, nice and stable. Arms are active, shoulder blades are back, and we're moving just at the hip joints, not at the knee joints. Good. Keeping that 90 degrees and the 90 degrees, 90. Good. Let's do 4 and 3 Good, relax the neck and the shoulders. Good. And up to tabletop. Squeeze those legs together. Find your tabletop, knees over hips again. We're going to reach the arms up overhead. Shoulders are down, palms of the hands facing the ceiling. And we're going to come up into our hundreds. Nice big inhale and exhale. Lift the head and chest, setting the legs straight somewhere you can hold it. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, pulse the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. Exhale, and inhale. Exhale, and inhale. Good. Keeping those legs nice and still. Legs are straight. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. Hands are very small, small pulses. And exhale. Sorry, inhale. I'm messing her up. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. She's doing a great job of keeping that chest lift nice and high. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. 2 more times. And inhale. Ribs are nice and flat. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold. Come back to tabletop. Lower the head and chest, bringing those arms up overhead. Good. And then we can just go ahead and bring the arms to your sides. One leg out straight at a time onto the mat. Good. Let's go ahead and keep the arms by your sides. Again, relax the shoulder blades. We're going to bring the right leg up into tabletop again, and then extend the leg up straight, flexing the foot for leg circles. We're going to circle across the body and down and up, across the body, down and up. And exhale. Inhale, take your time. Exhale, and inhale, again, stabilizing the pelvis. And we're going to go ahead and reverse, other side, around and up, going inhale and exhale. Good, keeping that foot nice and flexed and the leg as straight as the hamstring will allow while getting that range of motion. So if you can't get all the way up to 90 degrees, you can soften that knee a little bit. And point the foot back to tabletop. Extend that leg down on the mat. And we'll go ahead and bring the second leg up through tabletop to the ceiling and flex that foot across the body first. We inhale and exhale. Keeping those arms active on the carriage. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, circle, and exhale, circle. And bring that leg up, pause here, other side, around and down and up. And really try to keep that pelvis nice and centered, nice and still. Good, inhale. And exhale, and point the foot, find your tabletop, send the leg out straight, zip those legs together, make sure those feet are pointed, the legs are long, take a breather and bring those arms up overhead, palms of the hands facing each other now. Make sure those ribs are pulled down, the shoulders are relaxed, no shrugging. We're gonna take it into a roll up. Inhale into your chest lift. Arms nice and parallel to the ground. Exhale, continue. Draw that belly button in deeper as you come forward into this nice, beautiful, think capital C curve. So we're nice and elongated. The shoulders are back. We inhale and exhale. Articulate down. And then reach the arms overhead. Inhale into your chest lift. Exhale, really pull those abdominals in nice and tight, folding in half, stopping with the chest over those hips. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, really use the hamstrings And the low abdominals, get the low back down and then reach back. Inhale into your chest lift. Exhale, draw the belly button in. Good, stopping the chest right over those hips. Inhale. Exhale, slowly tucking that pelvis. Get the low back down first and reach. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, chest lift. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Good. Inhale, pause. And exhale, draw the abdominals in. Take your time through this transition. Really get that low back down first. And last one, inhale into your chest lift. Exhale, draw the belly button in. Good. Inhale. And exhale, we're going to roll all the way down, nice and slow. This time, just rest your arms by your sides. We're going to bring one leg up to tabletop at a time. And then we're going to send the legs out straight to about a 45 or 60-degree angle here with those legs. We're going to go into our rollovers. We're going to inhale to 90 straight up to the ceiling. Exhale, draw the ribs and belly button in. We go up and over, legs parallel to the ground. Good. We flex the feet, we open the feet, and then we slowly lower them towards the floor. Articulate down one vertebra at a time. Try to keep those feet as low as you can without compromising the integrity of the trunk. Inhale to 90. Exhale, use those arms, use the abs. We go up and over. Good. We flex. We separate the feet about shoulder width apart and down and articulate through the spine. Point the feet at 90, sweep them back together at that 60-degree angle again, up and over. And we flex. We separate the feet and we lower. And that's coming from the hip joints, not from the spine. Make sure that we don't collapse into a lowercase C curve. Keep that C curve nice and elongated. Let's do one more. Exhale, up and over. Good. And flex. Separate and lower those toes. Staying nice and long as we lower that spine. Point and bring those feet together. And we're going to scoop back to tabletop. Set one leg out on the ground all the way straight at a time. And let's do another roll up just to come up to seated. Arms overhead, inhale, chest lift. Exhale, slowly peel that spine up. Good, into that C curve. We're gonna come all the way upright into a nice flat back position, neutral spine, growing an inch taller. We're gonna go ahead and flex those feet and open the arms to a T position for twist, spine twist with the palms of the hands up, keeping a nice long line through those arms. We're going to go ahead and twist to the right and pulse through center and pulse through center. And it's not a bounce. You want to make sure that this is nice and controlled. A little more. Exhale, exhale, and exhale, exhale. Keeping your neck nice and straight, keeping the arms open. Oops, in your way. And exhale, exhale. Think of drawing the belly button to the spine. Think of growing taller into that twist rather than shrinking. Good, and we grow an inch taller every twist. And a little bit taller. Good. Let's do 4 more. Or 2 more each side. Exhale, exhale. And exhale, exhale back to center. Turn the palms of the hands forward. Separate those feet just about mat width apart or slightly outside shoulder width. We're going to go into saw. Rotate towards the right foot and reach forward, turning the arms into this nice little mountain shape here. Inhale, extend the back, come to the L shape. Open to your T position and back to center. To the left. Exhale, reach, getting this nice triangle shape. And lift to your L, and then open to T position, arms in center. Good. Exhale, reach. And inhale, lengthen, really using the spinal extensors here. Exhale, reach. And inhale, elongate and open the arm and back to center. Keeping those feet nice and flexed. Good. Reaching to the outside of the foot, so right by the pinky toe. And exhale, reach. And inhale, tall through the spine. Once more to each side, to the right. And reach. Good. Inhale, extending the spine, L shape, T shape, and center. Once more left. Good. And inhale, open to your T and back to center. Let's squeeze the legs together, point those feet and bring the arms forward. We're going to scoop the legs up into our rolling like a ball position. Hands on the ankles. We're hugging nice and tight into that ball. Feet are hovering and we're just balancing on those sits bones, and just find that balance for a moment. Make sure your armpits are active so the shoulders are down, the elbows are slightly open. And when you're ready, slightly just tuck that pelvis. We're going to inhale back into our roll. Exhale to come upright into this balanced position. Inhale, rolling back. Exhale. And you're keeping a nice consistent curve. Keeping those feet nice and close to your sits bones. Make sure you're not kicking the ceiling with those toes. Inhale, nice and smooth. Very important, you only go to your shoulder blades, not to your neck or your head. So at home, make sure that chin is just slightly tucked. Your neck is in line with the rest of your C curve. We're only going to the shoulder blades. Let's do 2 more. Inhale back. Exhale, belly button to spine. Good, last one. Exhale, lift, and from here, stay balanced, keep those feet up. We're going to slowly lower onto our lower back into a chest lift position, sliding those hands up closer to the knees and into another tabletop that's just ever so slightly tucked, and we're going to go into double leg stretch. Send those legs out straight, arms up, and circle the arms, exhale in. Good, nice and slow. Take your time. Those feet travel on one straight line. And back in, and a nice straight line out, ideally across from your eye level if you can get there. Exhale, circle. Make sure that belly button is nice and tight to the spine. And exhale, let's do 2 more. Inhale, keep that chest lift up. Try not to look at the ceiling, eyes on the thighs. Last one. Exhale, draw it in. Both hands on the right knee. Inside hand on bottom, send the opposite leg out straight. Feet are in a nice straight line. Single leg stretch. Switch those legs and switch and switch. And you can use those biceps to really keep you lifted in that chest lift. Not to pull your knee to your chest, but to pull your chest towards your knees. Good. And exhale. And exhale. Very good. Let's do 2 more each side. And left leg. Hands behind the head. Interlace those fingers. Rotate towards your bent leg. Side, crisscross. And switch. And switch. Good. Make sure you're not just rolling from one shoulder blade to the other. Keep that chest lift nice and high. Good. And we're keeping our feet on a nice straight line here. A nice straight line. Exhale, rotate. Let's do 2 more to each side. Last one to the left. Go ahead and hug those knees, lower the head and chest, and take a quick break. We'll do a nice little stretch here. Okay. Go ahead and bring those feet down onto the mat. We're going to come back to our pelvic curl position. Arms by the sides of our body, maybe slightly more forward. And we're going to go into shoulder bridge. We're going to take an inhale. Exhale, draw the abdominals in, flatten the back. Peel the tailbone up and lift into a nice, beautiful bridge position. Check to make sure you're in your hamstrings, you're in your abdominals, the ribs aren't flaring. Bring your right leg to tabletop and then extend to the ceiling. We go ahead and lower the leg. Exhale, inhale, flex up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Down, inhale, lift. We're stabilizing the pelvis. Lots of stabilizing the pelvis today. Good. And bring it up. And we'll point that foot. And back to tabletop. Set the foot down right across from the other foot and bring your second leg up to tabletop. Extend to the ceiling. Exhale, lower the leg. Inhale, lift. Down and up. Exhale and lift. Take your time. Keep that right hamstring working. Good. And we'll go ahead and bring that leg all the way up to the top and point. Bend the knee. Set that foot down. And a nice controlled roll down or coming out of our pelvic curl. And back to neutral pelvis. Very good. Send those legs out straight on the mat. We're going to lift your right arm up and roll onto your right side. So we're going to face you. Legs out straight, glued together. We're going to scoop the abdominals up. The extended arm has the palm of the hand facing the ceiling. Your top hand should be just in front of your chest or in front of those ribs, hand flat, and we are putting some weight on that hand. Make sure that your abdominals are scooped up so we're not just resting with our waist on the mat. Legs together, and we'll float those feet, and we're going to go into side lift. Exhale, drawing that waist down towards the mat, and inhale, coming back to neutral spine. Exhale, think of the pelvis coming in towards your armpit and back to center. The inner thighs are working here just to stay together so we don't lose them. Exhale, pulling those ribs in. If you're feeling this a lot in your back, make sure that you're tucking that pelvis into neutral or maybe even a slight tilt further than that if you're really stuck in that back. Keeping this hip directly above the bottom hip, so no rolling forward, no rolling back. Good. Very nice. Let's do two more. Exhale, drawing those abdominals in. And inhale, rocking the pelvis away. One more. Exhale. And lower. Very good. From here, we're going to come up onto our elbow. Bringing the fingertips to the head. The top hand can also come up behind the head. Make sure that in this position, that stabilizer arm is really active and those armpits were nice and supported with the waist. We're going to lift the top leg so that the hip is in line with the ankle. We're going to flex that foot as we bring the leg forward and pulse and bring it back and pulse. We're keeping the leg the same height. Good, and also keeping the pelvis as stable as we can. Your upper body can move just a little bit, but make sure it's not too much. So we're really in that core. Pull those ribs back. Good. Flex. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Good. Another one of those don't bounce, but pulse movements. Forward and back. And exhale, and inhale, and come back to center. Lower that foot, and we're going to go ahead and swing the legs over to the other side. Nice and smooth, just like Lauren did. And we'll set up for the other side. Bottom arm elongated, palm of the hand to the ceiling, legs together in a nice straight line. Nice big inhale here, and exhale. Draw the hips towards the ribs. And inhale, lower. And again, there's no rocking forward or backwards of that shoulder line. We're staying in neutral, keeping the belly button pulled to the spine, keeping those legs together. Good, let's do 4 more. and exhale. Last two, make sure that waist is supporting you. Good. Lowering those legs, bringing that left elbow underneath you onto the mat. Fingertips to the head, keeping that armpit nice and active underneath you. We're going to lift that top leg, flex the foot, and bring the leg forward, and bring it back. Exhale, forward, little pulse. Inhale, back, a little pulse. Forward, and inhale. Keeping that pelvis nice and stable. Good. Keeping that waist lifted, pulling those ribs back. Good. And inhale. Check in with that stabilizer arm again. Make sure that shoulder blade is down. Two more. And exhale forward. Inhale back. And exhale forward. Inhale back. And bring those legs together. Very good. Go ahead and come upright, and we're going to switch our position to our hands and our knees. Make sure those hands are directly below the shoulders. The knees are directly underneath the pelvis. Take your time finding this position and make sure that you're pressing that table away from you, not just shrinking into your shoulder blades. Our shoulders are nice and far away from the ears. We're long through the entire spine. And we're going to go into our gluteals kneeling series here. We're going to start with the right leg. Keep it bent at a 90-degree angle. Just lift that right hip up into extension, and inhale, lower. And we want to keep the trunk and the pelvis nice and stable here, so no shifting to the side, trying to keep the pelvis nice and anchored. And oh, this is a really good one for Lauren. Good. Exhale, lift. Good. Really fighting for that extension without compromising the pelvis. Lauren's doing an excellent job of keeping everything nice and square. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's do two more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Working the hamstring and then lower. And we're going to go to the side, opening that thigh out and drawing it back in. And even more so on this one, keeping the pelvis completely still, keeping your foot in line with your knee so that we're not internally or externally rotating. We're drawing that leg out with our glutes. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, out. And inhale in. Exhale, out. And inhale in. Let's do two more. And last one. And bring that leg back from here. Last exercise here. Send your leg out straight. Keep it in parallel so that knee is pointing down, heel pointing to the ceiling. Keep the hips square. We're going to exhale, lift the entire leg. Inhale, lower the leg. Exhale, lift. Do a quick check with your arms. Make sure you're still pushing that table away from you. Make sure we're not hyperextending those elbows, that we're staying nice and strong through the upper body. Good. Let's do 4. Exhale, 3. Keep those ribs closed. Belly button to spine. Very nice. And after that last one, draw that leg all the way back in. Very nice. We're going to take a nice little rest position for those wrists. Give them a break. And we'll come back up onto the hands and knees. Arms nice and strong. Make sure you're pressing with your fingers into that table. We're going to keep the left knee bent as we lift that leg, coming from the hip joint and down. Exhale from the hip joint. Keeping that pelvis nice and still. Good. Something else to watch out for, Lauren's doing an excellent job of keeping that leg in parallel here, but you may want to check to make sure that knee isn't winging off to the side and that we're going directly toes towards the ceiling, keeping that knee at 90 degrees, just that tabletop leg. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. 2 more. Good. And last one in this direction. And from here, the leg goes out to the side. We open to the left. Inhale down. And to the left. And I think we could even bring those knees a little closer to you here. Yeah. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale, keeping the pelvis completely still. The armpits are still active. Last one. Good. And we'll send the leg out straight towards the end of the mat. Check in with your arms, check in with your abs. Exhale, lift that leg, don't tilt the pelvis. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, really using that hamstring, keeping that leg nice and straight. And exhale. Inhale, lower, keeping those hips nice and square. And lower. Exhale. Very good. Check in with those elbows. Make sure we're not locked. Last one. Exhale. Very good. Bring that leg all the way back in. And we're going to take another rest position because we're going to do a little bit more work on our wrists. So go ahead and reach those arms out. You can roll out the wrists, shake them out, whatever feels best to you. Relax that head and neck. And then when you're ready, go ahead and come back up to our hands and knees. And we're going to go into front support. So this is a plank-like position. We're going to bring one leg out straight without moving the pelvis, those toes tucked, and the other leg out straight. Bring your right knee in, brush the floor, and out. Left leg and out. Alternating sides, stabilizing the pelvis. Same rules with the arms and the upper body. We're pushing that table away. We're keeping the pelvis still. Good. If your knee's not touching the mat, your pelvis is too high. Make sure we're tucked in those abs. Exhale. And exhale. 2 more. Good. Last ones. And hold that front support position. We're going to lift your right leg up towards the ceiling pointed foot. Lift and tap. Leg pull front. Good. Very nice. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring one knee down and the other knee down. And we're going to make our way onto our tummies. You can go from a push-up into that position if you'd like. And we're going to go into our single leg kick. So we're going to prop ourselves up on the forearms, fingers interlaced. Make sure those shoulders are above the elbows. We're pulling nice and tall through the body, belly button to spine, legs lifted slightly and together. We're going to bend your right foot first and left. Pulse, 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 pulse. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Good. Lauren's doing an awesome job keeping those knees lifted. She likes this one much better. And switch. Switch. And again, it's not a huge bounce motion with the foot. It's very small, very controlled. Keeping those legs together. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send those legs out. We're going to slowly lower ourselves down onto our chest. And we're going to bring those hands out and around behind us. Interlace those fingers. palms up to the ceiling, as close to the mid-back as you can get here. And we'll turn our heads to the side, legs together. We're going to move into double leg stretch. We're going to pulse those feet in, 2, 3. Inhale, extend the legs, extend the chest. Good. And exhale, turn the head. And extend. Good. And this doesn't need to be very high. It just needs to be nice and long through the neck. Make sure we're not cranking that neck back. And extending through those arms. Nice stretch in the shoulders. Exhale. And inhale, reach those legs. And exhale. And inhale, reach those legs. Let's do once more each side. And reach, getting a good stretch in those shoulders. Yes. And extend, very nice. Lower back down. Bring those hands down underneath you. We'll push back into another rest position off of those forearms, sinking the tailbone down, getting a nice stretch through that back. And when you are ready, we'll go ahead and slowly roll up, and we'll bring those legs out in front of us, parallel with those feet, legs extended. Hands are going to go behind you with the fingertips pointing towards you. You can move the fingertips out to the side if that feels better for your body, but make sure the fingertips are either side or forward, not backwards here. We're going to go into back support. Exhale, press those hips up to the ceiling, keeping a nice long line, not overdoing it with the neck, and inhale down. And exhale, lift. Good, and inhale, lower, just to a hover. So we're not coming all the way down to a seated position. We're not over tucking the neck. We're not looking back behind us. The neck stays nice and long, in line with the spine. Exhale, lift. Make sure you're not hyperextending those elbows. Keeping the shoulders nice and neutral. Let's do one more for good measure. Exhale, lift. And inhale, this time bring the sits bones all the way down for a moment. Take a quick breather. You can shake out the wrists if you need to. Good. And then we're going to go ahead into our back support position again for leg pull back, starting in your back support position. So bringing those hips up into our straight line. We're going to bring our right leg up to the ceiling and tap. Exhale, exhale. Good. And last one. And switch. 3, 4, good, and 5. Bring the foot down. Hinge at those hips to come down, and a nice big stretch forward over those legs. And we're going to go ahead and lay on our back, or on our sides again, or sorry, on our backs. And let's take a little pelvic curl here, arms by our sides, just to kind of reset. Take an inhale. Exhale, draw the belly button to your spine, and peel the tailbone up. Good, inhale, and exhale, rolling down. Good. 2 more. Exhale. Rolling it up. Inhale at the top. And exhale, rolling back down. Good. Let's do one more. Moving that spine. Exhale. And drawing the pelvis up. Good. Inhale. And exhale, roll it down. We're going to send the legs out straight on the ground. Bring those arms overhead. And we're going to roll upright into our roll-up position, chest lift. Exhale, reach those fingertips forward. Very good. We're going to scoop those feet up into our rolling like a ball position and then extend one leg at a time into a nice V shape, holding onto those ankles, legs straight. We're going to go into rocking. Inhale, draw that pelvis in and rock back to the shoulder blades and all the way upright, holding that V shape. Inhale back and exhale upright. Important we don't collapse at the hips here, keeping a nice elongated V shape. We're pressing into our hands with those hamstrings. Let's do 2 more. And exhale, really try to find that balance, hold for a moment, and then take it back. This time coming all the way up, we're going to stay here. We're going to bring those legs together, bring those arms up overhead. We're taking it into teaser 1. Articulate through that spine, roll down and reach those arms overhead. And inhale, lift all the way back up to this nice teaser position. Exhale through the spine and elongate those arms. Inhale through the chest lift, all the way up to those sits bones. Good, and we're keeping those feet nice and still in one spot for teaser 1. They stay here. Good, and we'll do 1 more. Inhale and elongate, very nice, and we'll bring those feet down. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left, and we're going to come forward into a nice big C curve with the shoulders much more forward over the body, and we're going to go into boomerang. We inhale, roll back onto that low back and float the feet. Hands down, we roll over. Switch the feet. And rolling back down, all the way up to that teaser position. Hands go behind the back. We extend those shoulders, and I'll stay out of the way of those arms as they come around. All the way forward, nice long line through the body. Inhale, we roll back. Finding that nice little balance moment for yourself. At home, feel free to hang out there for a moment and really milk that moment of the boomerang. Hands behind the back. Extend those arms, nice big shoulder stretch, and we slowly tilt forward. Arms all the way around. Good, let's do 2 more to each side. Inhale, articulating through that spine, we float the feet. Hands down, we roll over and switch those feet. Slowly articulating through the spine and up into that teaser. Good. And slowly bring the feet down and then bend and then separate those arms. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. And we switch those feet. And roll down all the way up into that teaser. And bring those arms around. Nice balance challenge there, trying to hold that. Come forward. Bring those arms around. Once more each side. Inhale. Float the feet. And exhale up and over into that rollover. And bringing it down nice and controlled. And we extend through that spine. And we balance. Hands around and back. Stretch for the shoulders. Last one with the left leg on top. Inhale, roll back. And bring those arms up and over. Or those legs up and over, excuse me. All the way up to that teaser. And hands behind the head. One final stretch for those shoulders. And nice big stretch over those legs. Take a breather. And we'll go ahead and roll all the way upright. And we're going to turn forward into a side sitting position with the top foot in front. And we're going to go into our side bend. Make sure that you're nice and stable in this arm. We should be nice and warmed up in that shoulder. We've given those wrists a nice break. We're gonna go ahead and take an inhale, lift those hips, reach your top arm up to a T position. And bring that arm up and over. We look at our bottom hand as we lift, and this doesn't have to be big. And back to the T position. And we lower again just to a hover, not all the way down. Inhale up. Exhale, turn the palm of the hand and reach. And inhale back to your T position and down. We'll go ahead and do a couple more. Inhale, T position. And make sure that you're keeping this top shoulder stacked right over the other one. Make sure you're not collapsing and bringing that arm in front of the face. Good. One more here. And exhale, side bend. And back to the T position, keeping that pelvis nice and tucked, and back down. Give it a quick breather. And we're going to go into our twist. We'll just do 3 of these. Inhale up into that T position. Exhale, we lift the hips, we dive through towards the back of the room, and we come back to our T position, and we lower. And we're keeping our weight mostly on that front foot. A nice long line from the wrist all the way to the hip here. And back to our T position, nice and controlled, and lower. Really make sure you're in that armpit. You're using those stabilizers, and we press, we elongate and twist through the spine, and we come back to our T position and lower those hips. Very good. Swing those legs around to the other side. Woo! Top foot forward, bottom leg back, knees bent. We're going to inhale up into that T position. A nice big side bend over, turning that head and that hand, and bring it back to your T position. And back down just to that hover. Inhale up. And exhale. She's doing a great job of keeping this nice clean side bend without any twist yet. And back down. Good. Inhale, lift. Ribs are closed. And up and over. Good. And inhale back to your T position. Last one here. Inhale. Reaching nice and long through the fingertips. Back to that T position. And back down. And 3 twists. Inhale, reaching the arm up. And we're going to send those hips up to the ceiling, reaching to the back wall. Nice long line from the hand to the hip. And we return nice and controlled, really focusing on the shoulder and down. Nice and stable through that supporting arm. And we dive through. The hips go straight up. Our weight is on our front foot, not the back foot. Bring the arm back through. Back to this nice long line and lower. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Bring those hips up. Weight on that front leg. And back to that T position. And lower. Back down. Very good. Bring those legs in front of you on the mat. Hands are going to go behind you. Shoulder width apart, fingertips back. Send your legs up into a tabletop one at a time and extend those legs out. We're in a nice, beautiful teaser position, and we're going to go into hip circles prep. We rotate and tilt at the pelvis to the right. The legs go down, around, and up. And the same side. Inhale, twist. Exhale, circle around. Inhale, staying nice and stable in the upper body. 2 more. Pause and reverse. Inhale, left. Exhale, circle, and back to center. Woo, we're sliding. And last one. Very nice. Bring those knees down. Well done. We're going to go ahead and lay on our stomachs for some back extension. Bring those forearms to the mat. You want those elbows on the mat with you, the shoulder blades back. Scooping the abdominals in nice and tight. The legs are nice and long. And we're going to go ahead and come up into swan dive prep. So we lift the head and chest and we extend those arms. And then as we lower, we lift the legs behind us. Inhale, extend. Reach those arms. Exhale. And we're just taking the whole body with us. Inhale, extend. Lifting from those abdominals and we lower. Keep those hamstrings nice and active. One more. And lower down. And from here, we're going to go into swan dive with catch. So we're going to lift. And we'll exhale. Fingertips to the forehead, eyes on the ground. Make sure we don't just crunch the back, nice and controlled. Good. And hold. For this last one, we're going to go ahead and we'll start with the catch position, reach up straight to the ceiling, full swan dive. We'll go for 4. Swan dive. Good. 3 and 4 and catch. And let's lower back down and bring those hips up and back into a rest position. One of many today. And then from here, after a few breaths here, let's go ahead and roll up. Bring the legs in front of us. Our last section, legs out straight. We're going to go into our hamstring pulls. Go ahead and roll onto your back and bring those legs to tabletop. Send those legs up straight to the ceiling, hugging the calf muscles with the hands. Nice high chest lift here. Go ahead and bring the left leg down all the way to the mat, and we'll pulse. Switch and pulse. Exhale and exhale. Good. Making sure your bottom leg gets all the way to the mat every time. Exhale and exhale. Good. Let's do 2 more. Right and left. Keep the legs going. Hands behind the head. Hamstring pull 2. Good. Keeping a nice high chest lift. A little pulse, not a kick. Good. Let's do 2 more. And right and left. Keep it going. Rotate towards your top leg. Hamstring pull 3. Nice and high chest lift. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both legs up. Hug those knees to your chest. And rock side to side. Give that back a little break. Well done. Let's go ahead and send those legs out straight. We'll have one final roll up just to bring ourselves upright. Inhale into your chest lift. And exhale, keeping those feet down and coming all the way up to our C curve. Very good. Pulling up nice and tall through the body. Crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling. Alrighty, and let's go ahead and come up off the table into our final roll downs. And for those of you at home, we're standing up, back on our mat, feet in parallel, sits bone width apart. Nice big inhale. And exhale, roll down, bringing the crown of the head forward. Good. Really melting into that roll down, and really feel the difference between this roll down and one of your first roll downs. Exhale, nice and slow. Take your time, just till fingertips touch the mat. Really relax the head and the neck. Exhale, draw it in, and back up 1 more. Exhale. And exhale, slowly stack that spine 1 vertebra at a time, pulling up nice and tall. All right, we did it. Thank you so much for joining us for this mat class, and I will see you next time.